So let's start. Okay. Since I picked on you already a little bit, Commissioner Erickson, is there any action currently planned to reduce the tax burdens challenging businesses?
And I guess I'd like to
maybe have people be more specific. I think most of what we've got going with any taxes would have to do with the property tax. We don't have even business registration. The other taxes that come through, I think, are generally sales tax, and we don't have a B&O tax or any kind of permit to do business in the county. Now that's different than in the city. We have reduced the road levy for 2 years in a row, about 10 cents a thousand on the assessed valuation of property. And while that may not be as significant as most people would like, and you would have to talk to our new assessor, Melody, about the actual assessment process, which might be an interesting conversation for a different meeting. We really have, we increased the general fund, that's 1%, the last 2 years. That's where we needed the money. That's where you provide sheriff services and public health and general government services such as the assessor and the auditor and the treasurer. But the actual property tax burden, by the time you reduce the 10 cents per thousand, is about a 7 cent per thousand reduction. As Commissioner Shelton likes to say, he likes to quote me, we get to collect the taxes, but we don't get to keep them. By and large, the county, it depends on where you live in the county, but we keep somewhere between 9 and 13% of the property taxes that people pay. And then the local share of the income tax, or not income tax, excuse me, sales tax. So I don't think that we're planning on any additional reductions, but I don't think that we will increase the road tax beyond the budgeted amount needed.
Okay, and this question is for you, Port Commissioner Hupp. What are your plans in regards to the John Prairie industrial area at the port?
That leads right into what I cut myself off on. And it follows along with comments that Mayor Tarrant made a few minutes ago. One of the great opportunities that's happened on the or around the 400 acres that the port owns out of Johns Prairie, which is zoned heavy industry, is the arrival of city water. That line is now charged. One of the things that we're going to benefit from immediately will be this spring when the ball fields will be watered out of city water as opposed to port industrial water, which the water that we've drawn out of those wells over the years has caused some consternation at the Department of Ecology in a question of whether or not we actually have a water right or not. But anyway, the availability of city water, that has already cut our consumption out of those industrial wells by about 50%, or it will this spring. That gives the opportunity for relief in that question of whether or not there is water available at Johns Prairie. I can't count, as Patty mentioned, I've been involved in economic development in this community for a long time, and I can't count the number of businesses that have been lost to that Johns Prairie area as a direct result of not being able to answer that question of water. We've begun to solve that problem. We don't have it completely solved yet, but we're working hard on it.
This one's for Commissioner Erickson. What does the Oakland Bay, nice easy one for you too. What does the Oakland Bay sediment study mean to the shellfish industry?
And I guess I want to be very candid. I'm not sure that I really am the one that has or will possess that answer. It is a state study. It's being done by, I believe, the Department of Ecology. It's not complete at this point. I think we got wind of it. I've originally heard about it from, interestingly enough, Patty Case. I didn't even know it was coming. So it wasn't something that local and government was involved in. We did hear some initial reports several months ago, but it was not as a result of the completed study. We're going to watch it, obviously. At this point, we're working, I think, to watch it with the shellfish industry, as well as anybody else who might be involved in the waterfront. I don't know what it's going to mean. And I would suggest, again, maybe it's another topic for this group, to have a presentation from the Department of Ecology who's actually doing the study.
And Mayor, you didn't think I was going to let you get away with just sitting up there, did you? Okay, that's good. That's good. Are you ready? Okay. Nice, easy question. Right. What are your plans for downtown revitalization?
You know, when you were so kind enough to send that question to me several days ago, I've been thinking about it as I was sitting over in Olympia in the legislative area for therapy. That said, here we go. And I made some notes. I have to. It's the way I think. First of all, it's real simple. Everybody in this room, myself included, we can start with downtown revitalization by shopping Shelton first. Now, that said, that's only part of it. But that's really a key piece. With the number of jobs that we ship out of Mason County every day, we need to be concentrating on getting those jobs back here. And that's where I think our infrastructure pieces are really important. Not just for downtown, but all of this city. We need to continue those upgrades. The city, your tax dollars, have made investments in over $4 million on our fire station. We saved an old building. We didn't tear it down. We saved it. It's beautiful. And we've added to it. I would think we also need to continue to support economic efforts. For example, our friends at Green Diamond and Simpson Timber Company, they do have plans for waterfront revitalization, and our job is to be there for anybody that has a plan to upgrade in this community and to support the process, and we will support that process. We also need to, and this is one we've tried 3 times before, and I'm game for another shout, is we need to come up with a street management program other than just arterials, and that's going to take everybody. We also need to continue partnerships with county, the port, school district, things that we do individually, and we're already talking about this at the administrative levels, things that we duplicate, or somebody has a piece of equipment, we need to do that will help revitalization. One piece that I think is really important to me, and it's personal with me, is I encourage you, you do this in your businesses, I do it at my home, is encourage property owners in the city of Shelton, whether they be commercial, but also primarily residential, to be good stewards of their property. Keep it clean, keep it tidy, pick up after it, so we'll be welcoming. Yes, we have code enforcement, but it takes people to do that. And I guess my last comment about downtown revitalization is to pose a question to you, and that would be simply put, what's your vision?